look who's been back, baby. Oh my god. Hi. It's been a long time. It's been a year actually. And if you didn't watch the last video, you might be wondering, holy, you look kind of different. It's called growth. You know what? I miss entertaining people so much. And I feel like if it's one thing, I have to at least release this video for you guys. I didn't want to make this any regular cooking video. I wanted this to be special. So of course, last year, I asked some of you guys on my Instagram, which is, follow me by the way. I asked you guys to give me 3 ingredients. It can be anything, and I would have to make a dish out of it. The rule being, I have to make the 3 ingredients, at least 3 components of a full dish. I thought it'd be fun, so I thought wrong, because you guys are nasty, you guys are vile, but we make do. So, without further ado, here we go. Well, so let's see what you guys said, okay? The first one, ham, broccoli, Nutella. Thank you. You're lovely. Let's go. So first off, we're just gonna be rolling some turkey ham, and I'm just gonna slice it and I'm gonna put it in some water. And if you think that's weird, yeah, it's kind of weird. But you know what? Just bear with me for a second. It's not good. Put some pepper in that, some salt in that, season it.
Got some rosemary to infuse in the water, and I think I'm gonna ignite it first, so definitely don't do this at home. Oh, that dude. Holy shit. I almost died with rosemary on my face. Oh my god.
Okay, well, let's not make a hazard. So the next day, I'm just gonna blend this with some chili oil and some leftover ham. Add some hot sauce to this just to spice it up because the chili oil wasn't enough. And there it is. There's the goop. I'm just gonna put that in a canister, a siphon, if you will. It's sort of like you would make whipped cream. So there, you're gonna put that in there, twist it, and it's gonna squeak a little bit. It's gonna do a little squeak. Oh. This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. Do not do this. Don't do what I'm trying to do. This is stupid.
Nothing came out yet.
Ew. Ew. So next up, we're gonna make a mole. So this is where Nutella comes in. There's so much to mention, but look at this beautiful array of ingredients. It's beautiful. So first off, I'm just gonna be frying the aromatics, which is garlic, and then some spices, like all the dry spices in a separate pan. And once the garlic gets a little bit fragrant, I'm gonna fish them out. And once we fish them out, we're gonna be adding chilies. And these are 3 types of chilies. Follow that up with some nuts. I'm gonna put some pepper leaves, some betel leaves. Put some raisins. These are gonna burn really fast, so I shouldn't have done these yet. And then I'm gonna put this stale bread and sesame seeds. Pound all those dry spices till they're nice and not that fine. I'm gonna strain those out, add the fresh ingredients, some salt to season to draw that moisture, and then I'm gonna add tomatoes, all of them, and I'm just gonna stir fry this. Just keep it going. Just keep it going. That flavorful oil. I'm gonna add the fruit. I'm gonna add some leftover chilies and also some herbs. I'm gonna stir that whole mess. It smells crazy right now, like mad. Now this went on for about, I want to say 10 minutes. I'm gonna bring this in and I'm gonna blend everything First off, everything that we just cooked along with the dry spices. Of course, you can just use how much you want, taste it. You don't have to use all of these. I'm gonna add everything else, some orange juice so it can dilute a little bit, and I'm just gonna blend it. Blend all to a nice paste, and then I'm just gonna add some chicken stock to like dilute it, and I'm just gonna keep blending. Just keep blending. Add all of that moly sauce right back into a pot. Add some chicken stock so it doesn't burn on the bottom, and so it just like dilute it a little bit. And we're just gonna add some orange peels, some brown sugar, and I also added more Nutella because we need Nutella. It's a chocolate dish, sort of, not really. So I'm gonna mix that in, and I switched to a whisk here, and I'm just whisking in some espresso. So just keep doing that and cook it down until it looks like this. So a nice and deep colored mole. Now for the broccoli. I'm just gonna slice these up. Nothing too fancy, just, you know, cut them up to nice florets, save a little bit of the trim. You can add that to the mole if you wanted to, or stock or something. And this is a trick that I like to do. Microwave the broccoli for a minute, heat up everything. The broccoli is just going to be charred in a really hot pan with oil, just a little coating of oil, and I'm going to char those bad boys up. This is a tortilla, and you can just buy store-bought. But I put a little betel leaf on there. So just a little mole, some tortilla, and yeah, we're going to assemble. I'm just going to line up all the broccoli pieces into sort of like a flower, sort of, you know, going with that theme. Just gonna garnish it with a little bit of herbs everywhere. I'm gonna spray the ham cloud on, and there's the dish. It's a nice heart. BDS. And now we're gonna eat this. First off, I'm gonna try that sauce.
So good. Yummies. So very yummers.
And, well, don't flip it upside down because it looks like a mess. I'm just going to tear this. I'm going to scoot that little bad boy. A little ham. What do you call it? Foam? A foam of ham. And some broccoli. I don't know what I was saying here, honestly. But, yeah. It was alright. It was okay. Just okay. I'm going to put that together.
Oh.
A little ham.
Yum.
The second one is durian, cheese, and fish. Alright, starting off, we're going to be making dumpling skins. So just a little boiling water into a bowl of flour. I'm just going to slowly pour that in while we mix so that we hydrate the flour. So next we're just going to season it up because I forgot to season it at the start. Don't be like me. And then we're just going to you know, push the flour granules into each other till we form a mass of dough. Just keep squeezing it to form it. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Hey, don't stop till you get hey. And there we get a smooth little dough boy. And we're just going to shape that, you know, just make it look nice. And then gonna dust it with a little bit of flour, and we're just gonna let it rest for like the next 30 minutes. And with that, of course, you gotta tuck it in. Kiss the We're gonna portion this into twos, and then we're gonna cut it and roll it. Once we got that, we're just gonna form it into logs. And once we do that, we can just cut off some portions. I'm doing around 25 grams for each. You could do less. We're gonna form these into balls just like that, and then we're gonna, you know, let them rest covered because we don't want to dry them out. Next up, we're gonna get some potato starch, and we're gonna roll these boys out. We really just want it flat. I'm not a pro at this. Of course, I'm not gonna get it proper, so I'm just gonna cut it with a lid of a jar, and we're just gonna get a nice little piece. And then I'm just gonna roll out any imperfections or just to make it slightly thinner. And with that, we're just gonna dust it with potato starch and keep going. For the filling, here we go. This is the fish and the prawn. I'm putting prawn in there because extra protein, and also because the texture is a little bit different and I like different textures. This is shellfish oil from all the shells of the prawns that was fried in oil. And here are the aromatics, as you can see on screen. Just diced and chopped and whatever, and just mixed in. There's really no measurements. I'm just going as we go. And here's some fermented cabbage, or if you have kraut or kimchi, use it. I'm just seasoning with a little black pepper, and then here's some fermented chili sauce that I made from fermented chilies. Some black vinegar for seasoning. Honestly, don't really need it. Some fish sauce, and there we are. We're just gonna mix that, and of course, you can't forget the durian. And this is fermented durian, aka tempoyak in Malay. And this is actually pretty common here, and it doesn't smell as bad as you think it does. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more. And honestly, I could have done a little bit more. We're just gonna mix that until everything is homogeneous and mixed in. Get your skins ready, and lo and behold, I don't know how to fold. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not pro at this. Those were a little bit overfilled, and you're gonna see some terrible looking dumpling skins. Like, these are actually awful. Like, I would get fired if I made that. This, yeah, don't make that. Let's move on. Let's get a little of these dumpy boys, and then we're just gonna fry them off. First, some olive oil in a pan, and you might think this is kind of weird, but we're sort of getting like a crispy bottom. We're just gonna line them up. And then we're gonna add a little bit of water once it's nice and golden and crisp. I'm just gonna cover it with a lid, let it steam itself. I went for about 5 minutes, and here's the cheese element of it. This is just some Parmesan in a dry pan, and we're just gonna keep frying that and bubble it. And then we're gonna add another grated layer on top so it's melty, and the gyoza or dumplings would stick. Keep frying till it's crispy, and wow, look at that.
So beautiful. So nice, so crispy.
Just gonna dot this a little bit with some kewpie, and these are just some sorrel leaves that I had in my garden. Of course, we're gonna make it pretty, and there we go. Sorry for my parents listening to Ozark in the back, but it was the main thing. But I just want to say that these dumplings turned out really good, and it's not as stinky as you'd think it'd be. And I had to go back in the kitchen to like eat all of it. So yeah, really nice. Next, moving on. Third one, black pepper, mango, and coffee. You know what? It's not that bad. It sounds weird to the average person, but to me, it sounds like a good time. So let's. What we have in front of us is some whole milk, some double cream, some milk powder with cream of tartar, some glucose syrup, and a mixture of black peppercorns and pink peppercorns. And we're going to be making ice cream. What kind of ice cream? Well, as you can see on the screen, black pepper ice cream. So black pepper, we're just going to toast that off along with the pink pepper, and in a dry pan, just keep toasting until it's fragrant. And once everything's nice and hot, we're just going to be pounding this. We're just gonna heat up some milk and some cream. We're gonna proceed and make ice cream. First off, I'm heating up the milk to 40 degrees Celsius, and then I'm diluting the glucose so I get every bit of that glucose in there. Once it's around 40-ish degrees or 50 degrees, we're gonna put everything else in. I kind of overdid it with the pepper. So added some sugar that you could have added at the start, and then we're just gonna wait until this scalds and it reaches a temperature of 84 degrees Celsius. We're just gonna transfer that into another bowl with some ice water in the bottom so it cools off. I'm just gonna keep stirring this until it cools off. If you have a hand blender, use it. And this will emulsify everything. We're gonna strain this, hopefully not lose anything because this was painful to watch again. We're just gonna keep this into the fridge overnight. Once it's nice and chilled, we're just gonna pop this into the churner and we're just gonna keep churning and churning and churning. About 45 minutes later, nicely churned, transfer that into whatever package, whatever container, just line it with a little bit of plastic, and we're just gonna keep that into the freezer till we're ready. The coffee, just some coffee powder into some hot oil. Well, it kind of burned here, so I wouldn't recommend going too high on it. So that's coffee oil, and then here is the mango element. We're just gonna slice a mango because you guys know how to slice a mango, and so I'm just gonna speed that up. And honestly, it's just raw mango. It's just made to look pretty. Slivers of mango just make it look like a and we're gonna make kombu cream, and this is gonna be the kelp infused whipped cream. Kombu, kelp, yeah, same thing, interchangeable. Just gonna add and infuse the kelp into the cream, and we're just gonna heat it up a little bit so that the kombu can, so it can steep a little bit. Sort of like making a kelp tea, except it's with cow titty juice. And we're just gonna strain this, hopefully very cleanly, because I can't remember if I did this cleanly or not, and then we're gonna let it chill. Once chilled, we can whip it up into a double bowl. There's ice on the bottom, so it's super cold. We're just gonna whisk this up. Keep doing it. Just keep doing it. You're used to this. You're used to doing this every night. And we're just gonna get some thick white cream, and then we're just gonna scoop this onto the plate. Oh, look at that, so luscious, so beautiful. I'm just gonna add another scoop because I feel generous today. Oh, don't worry about that. Mistakes happen, and I'm just gonna keep it real, so it's fine. Let's not worry about this. We're just gonna spread this over, make it look pretty. I'm gonna add the mango, 2 slices. Well, not 2 slices, 2 sides of a sliver, I guess. And we're just gonna dot it with some herbs and some flowers to make it pretty. Because we like pretty things, don't we? I think, I do. And then here we go. That's the black pepper ice cream. And we're just gonna get 2 spoons that's been heated in hot water. Just try and quenelle this. I'm not the greatest. Let's just pop it in the middle. Honestly, one of my better ones. And then we're just gonna drizzle it with that coffee oil. And it's honestly done. There it is. I gotta take some pictures and let's have a taste. And if I can remember correctly, wow, that ice cream was overpowering. But was it good? Yes it was. Just less on the pepper. Paired very well together, and I was so excited I had to get another scoop on because it was just that tasty, and I was so proud of it. So yeah, very yummy. Here, do you want some? You want some, Jeff Goldblum? You want some? Here you go. There. There you go. Oh, look at you. The next one is the next one is garlic, bananas, and ketchup. This one, I guess this one would be pretty simple. So this will be a fast one. This will be a fast one. So, come on.
This one's gonna be a quick one. It's garlic, bananas, and ketchup. Garlic, bananas, and ketchup. I
already got the bananas here, so I'm also wearing a banana shorts. So of course we're going to be making the batter. Add everything dry, and we're just going to dilute that till the texture is right, and we're just looking for something in between thick pancake batter and a little diluted. So here is the garlic. This is black garlic, and we're just going to blend it up with some ketchup because I'm cheater, banana, cider vinegar, and hoisin sauce. I'm just going to blend everything up till it's nice and ketchup-like because there's ketchup in there and I'm a cheater. Now we're just gonna get the oil ready for the banana. Stick that in, preferably with a stick like this so that it doesn't, mess up with the batter. And of course, put it in there. Once that's fried, it's gonna look like that. And look at that, it's so plump and golden. And that's what you want. I didn't line the thing with paper towel because I forgot. Just gonna slice it up, dot it with a little bit of ketchup, garnish it with a little basil, and then we're just gonna drizzle with honey and call it a dish because I don't know, because I just wanted more runtime in the video. So there's not really much to add here other than it's bananas and fancy ketchup, but it's a decent snack. It's nothing mind-blowing, but then go for it, I guess. Why not, right?
Oh wow. It's good. It's decent. I dig it. I eat it. Could be crispier. I have to say. Could be crispier. That's because I went with a light batter. I didn't want anything. I mean, it's still crispier. I didn't want anything overpowering, but man, it's pretty good. You could actually make this work. Yeah. Cool.
So there you go. Quick. And of course, the last one we got chili padi or bird's eye chilies, cream cheese, and mango. It's a lot of mango in these ones. But yeah, so again. Alright, let's get straight into it. Chili padi. Let's make some chili padi sorbet. In a blender, frozen apples, some chili, some sugar syrup, same amount. Pour that in, and we're just gonna blend. And also a little bit of lime juice. Blend it till it's blended. So it's nice and frosty looking. We're just gonna churn it straight away. And that's your sorbet. Super easy. It's just apples and chili blended. Nice. Literally, that's it. And now we're gonna move on to the cheesecake. We're gonna make the base, just some butter. We're gonna heat that up till it's nice and melted. And you could brown the butter. I don't feel like it today. And we're just gonna keep melting it down. And we're gonna add the digestive biscuits. And this is gonna be the bottom of the cheesecake. And we're just gonna stir it so nice and toasty. And look, I'm gonna be really honest. I didn't know where I was going with this recipe, so I was just making things up as I went. This is just gonna get poured out into the cake tin that you're gonna be using. I'm just gonna use, well, this one, and we're just gonna let it cool for a bit. We're gonna get the cream cheese. And this is where the cheesecake comes in. So cream cheese, beat that with some sugar and make sure this is room temp, by the way. I'll whip that up till it's nice and creamy and fluffy and very nice. And then we're gonna add some whipped cream that I already whipped before this. And then here is the expired gelatin that I didn't even bloom because I was a novice at the time. Let's just keep going. Mango puree in, beautiful. It almost looks like there's nothing wrong with it. Now we're just gonna add some agar-agar because this is when I realized that gelatin was expired. So I switched it to agar-agar, mix it in, hoping it'll be alright. Let's just roll with it. And in the end, I had to put it in the freezer, set for the video, put this in the fridge overnight, and you're good. I wasn't good. I put this in the freezer. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was kind of upset. At this point, it didn't look right. I kind of knew I messed up. I'm just gonna keep going, cut it.
with a heated knife. Oh, here we go. It's sort of like semi-Frito, and you know, the slice wasn't the best. It wasn't the prettiest. Quenelle type of thing, and turned out really nice. It held quickly, some herb, some mint on top, and that's honestly it. It's done. I'm just gonna have it. And to my surprise, apple and chili is so good. It's so refreshing. That sorbet sort of acts like a palate cleanser. I wasn't the happiest with the texture. The texture, again, it kind of failed. But overall, if you're gonna take anything from this video, definitely make the sorbet.
There's just enough heat. Yeah, but it's unfortunately this didn't came out right. But with whatever that's here, I think this was a fail. This was a pass right there. Alright guys, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. Press that notification bell until I see you next time. Put this trash can here. What the psych? You didn't think I didn't there, did you? Because come on, with some of these submissions, there's no way that's as crazy as it gets. So I'm gonna give you the best one that I got, okay? Now this one, it made me shiver for a lot of reasons, and you're gonna know why. The last one is an entire jar of mayo, 2 Oreo biscuits, and a single chicken thigh.
What?
Just saying that, my mouth.
I can't wait for the yuckylicious. Let's go. Let's get out of here. I want to go home.
Wait, I am home. I can't go anywhere.
Let's go.
Alright, so let's start. We got some mayo, we got the chicken thigh, and 2 Oreos. So first thing, I'm just gonna take the skin off of this chicken thigh. You just want to take the skin off in like one whole piece, because that's pretty much all we're using for this recipe. Just look at that skin, dude. Then this will make it, dude, bite it or something. And then we're just gonna take the mayonnaise and we're gonna use not expired gelatin, heat that up into water, mix it with the mayo and let it cool. We're just gonna stir and mix it so everything is nicely incorporated. We're just gonna pour it into a ramekin that's been greased a little bit. Don't it look like something? I can't wait for this. Next up, we got some Oreos, and we're gonna delicately slice this. And I mean really delicate, like go real slow with it. And like, I didn't have any other footage. This is all I got. So we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna take the cookie part of the Oreo, and we're just gonna air fry it. Or if you don't have an air fryer, just use an oven about just till it gets like nice and crispy. Once it's nice and dry, we're just gonna pound it out with an Old Bay. I know you're thinking, wait, Old Bay and Oreos, what? And yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I was just going with the flow. Okay, so let's just go with it. And this is what you end up with. Right. So next thing, we're just gonna flatten out the skin onto a tray. I forgot to grease the bottom. We should probably do that. Oil on top, and then we're just gonna press it down with another tray on top, and then we're gonna pop it in the oven about 200 degrees for 7 minutes. Take the top pan off and then leave it for another 5 till it's nice and crispy. This is what you end up with, slightly burnt, so let's not focus on that too much and cover it up with some Oreo dust, some Oreo Old Bay. I'm gonna shape it a little bit just so it looks nice and pretty on top of the mayo panna cotta, and this is what you end up with. And please don't mind the boxers. We're just going to unmold the mayonnaise panna cotta. I can't stop saying that. Just gonna turn it over if you can. If you can't, well, just eat it straight out of the ramekin. Just gonna turn it over and look. Oh yeah. Oh God, look at that. It can't even jiggle. It doesn't move. It's wanna spank it, but I only had one, and I don't want to do it again because this isn't worth it. So place the chicken skin on top, and I guess this is what you end up with. I mean, it looks kind of nice, right? It looks like a minimalist dessert thing, but it's not. It's mayonnaise and chicken skin and Oreo dust. So let's just crack that. Crack. Just tap very gently. This thing feels like it's greasy, it's hard, it feels weird. I'm gonna put this in my mouth, but first I'm gonna put it on top of this chicken skin that's almost shattering. Here we go. Oh boy. When I tell you this thing is delicious, you're not gonna believe me. But wow, this is so scrumptious. I can't even speak at this point. The flavor is just completely overthrown my taste buds, and it took my tongue on a trip more than any girl has because I haven't lost my first kiss yet. And also, remember to stay hydrated at all times. This is not because I couldn't take it, it's because it was so delicious. So remember, stay hydrated. Oh.
This is a certified hood classic.
I approve.